Hello and what is up, my friends? Thunderbob here, and tonight we're going to be checking out the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster that just dropped today. The shadow dropped, though it has not been a very well kept secret. It seems like all of the leakers out there were talking about this game for the last couple months, and it did come out today. I am playing this on Game Pass. Actually, Microsoft was kind enough to send me a free code to check out Game Pass, which I've done before. Game Pass is great. If you're looking to play any of the first-party Microsoft games day one, Game Pass is definitely worth checking out. So I got a code here and installed this. This does not come with the deluxe edition, so there are a few of the newly added DLCs that are not included, even with Game Pass, but you get Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine, you get everything else. I did play through this originally back when it released, in '06, 19 years ago or so. I really liked it at the time. I have not replayed it since that time. So this is going to be kind of fresh to me. I'm going to quickly make a character, and then we're going to go through the tutorial, get out to the overworld. I'm not going to get super deep tonight, maybe an hour or so. I mostly want to look at performance and just how it plays, what's changed. When I played back in '06, if I remember correctly, I played as an Imperial. I want to change it up this time. Like, looking at some of these races, some of them look really cool now. High Elves, I feel like, always look dumb, though. I don't like the look of High Elves in really any of the Elder Scroll games. Dark Elves are kind of cool. That Mohawk it's pretty awesome. And I am playing this in Ultrawide and 3440 by 1440. I've got everything set to high and ray tracing on. Depending on how performance is, I may lower these graphics, but this is everything at high. There's one tick higher into Ultra that I'm not on. I might go with an Aragonian. They look so cool. And you can also randomize the appearance here. Kind of get a quick glance at what they look like. I don't know, the elves just look... They look like assholes. Does that make sense to anyone? They just do. I don't know. Redguard's pretty cool. They're kind of like... I think they get some extra resistance and constitution from what I remember. Orc. Kind of ugly. Those like forehead ridges feel almost like the wrinkliness. I wonder if you can change that. They seem too wrinkly to me. Not loving the orc look. Then you have the Nord, which... These are like the Skyrim people, right? Right? Think about that right? I played Skyrim a couple times, but I have not played Oblivion since that original. And then Khajiit. Get the cat people. Let's see what they look like. So it looks like you can change their stripes. You can have like a mane, like a lion's mane. I like some dreads. That actually looks really cool. I like that a lot. Kind of like they're braiding their cat hair. Man, Khajiit or Aragonian? Do I want to be a dragon or a cat? That's a hard one. I may end up remaking my character later. This is just to be able to kind of get into the game as quickly as I can. And when each of these have two options, kind of for an origin. Hail from Arnesia, where the slavers of Morrowind are still active. They hide and seek every time there was a raid made you presumably quick and nimble. Thormarsh, your birth region, is called the Jewel of the East, but behind the nickname lies a darker reality. You dabbled in magic just to survive, and your quick wits allowed you to live until this day. So magic, or I think this impacts your starting stats. I could be wrong. I like magic. We'll go with magic. And you can go with female body type. Male type, they call it just type 1 and type 2. And then your age here. Like when you move this, it's kind of like the character like turns to clay for a minute. It's interesting. Has an old Aragonian look. Can I zoom in? Cannot zoom in. It's really not that much more pronounced. It's like a little bit more wrinkly. We'll go with like middle-aged. And change the tone from like blue to kind of a red. Do I like the red? They both look actually kind of nice. I think I like the red better. Here's where you can kind of like come in here. I'm not probably going to spend a huge amount of time here. I just kind of want to look at what these toggles are doing. I could have just gone to the randomizer and just clicked random a bunch of times till I find one I like, but This is kind of like changing the different pieces, which is... Okay, so here's where you can change your growths. Can you pick more than one? Oh, look, they're like dreads. Those are cool. Oh, like dreads with like little gold like ringlets on them. Little spikes. I'm not sure if I like the spikes better. Or kind of just the classic. You could have like a mohawk. I'm not feeling the horns. Kind of looks like a tiefling from Baldur's Gate. I actually played through Baldur's Gate 3 as a tiefling. Oh, look, they made feathered dinosaurs. Like, reality. Spikes or wings? I wonder how these look with the helmet on. We'll go with spikes. The eyes feel a little bit off. Let's see. I don't think they felt like a little too far apart. Oh, you can make him a chunky boy. Or skinny. Like I think it looks better a little thinner. Yeah, a little smaller. The big one just kind of looks funky. Can raise that forehead up. I think actually it looks kind of weird with it flat, so I want kind of like a little bit of roundness. It's kind of like the frogs that like ribbit and like their throat gets all big. A lot of granular controls here for the look of these guys. Could purse the lips. I wonder how that impacts. Because they redid all like the lip syncing I saw in that trailer they released today. You could do an overbite or underbite. I may end up redoing this down the road. I don't know. I could be here all day, but I want to jump into the gameplay, so it's kind of like if anything really stands out to me. Like the nose be kind of wider, or it's a cillian. Is that what Aragonians call a nose? Or is that a technical term? I'm not familiar with that. Okay, let's keep going though. We looked at the growths, overview. Aragonian, I'm a Thorn Marsh. Okay, it would be nice if they showed you this on this screen, because I don't see... Wouldn't that be cool to know on the screen where you pick your race? Poison immunity, capable of breathing underwater, good at picking locks, increased intelligence. Alright, we'll go with that. When I played this years ago, I'm pretty sure I went with like a sword and board, like melee character. When I'm running this on a 3080, on a ultrawide monitor, you can see the FPS on the top right there,
Hey,
80 FPS or so.
It must break your heart, huh? Being so close to the water, knowing you'll never get to swim again. You know, sometimes when they let us in the yard,
Okay, there's third person.
you can hear the sounds from the lake. The boats, the gulls, so close. No, you'll never get to swim again, Argonian. But don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough.
How do I...
Yeah, you're going to die in here.
I remember in the original game you could like grab and move things.
The guards are coming for you.
Boris, lock that door behind us.
I think it was Z, right? I'm curious. I'm on mouse and keyboard here. Interact. Hopefully they didn't remove that. Like if you wanted to move a body, or was that only in Skyrim? I swear it was in this game too. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Look that up. Because like, you remember there was a trailer they put out years and years ago for Oblivion, and they had like light and shadows on all these things, and then when the game came out, they didn't self-shadow, and I was really disappointed. 20 years later, I still remember that.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
Holy shit, the game does
You,
look amazing.
prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
Like, this game looks better than Skyrim, by far.
No sign of pursuit, sir.
Stay put,
Good.
prisoner.
Let's go.
Even just
We're
from
not
this
out of
one
this
room, I
yet.
can say that. Like,
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face.
Patrick Stewart.
You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength. Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve
I also go by
Tamriel
Picard.
as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too. Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
I remember the original trailer had this character and like Picard, and I'm like, oh man, Picard's in this, and then he dies in like the first 2 minutes.
You will find your own path. Take
Spoilers,
care.
by the way.
There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
I really want to punch the king.
Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
This doesn't concern you,
Looks
prisoner.
like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
If I remember right, you follow him, and then they kind of introduce you to some of the basic mechanics of the game, stealth and combat and magic, and the king gets attacked. Picked up a bunch of garbage that I should probably drop. Oh shit, drop. Because they're worth nothing and they take up. They weigh me down. This game did have encumbrance.
Stay out of the way.
Stay back, prisoner.
If I punch the king, are they gonna get mad?
Don't try anything. I'm watching you.
Okay.
Close up
Protect
left.
yourself.
Protect the Emperor.
That's gotta be one of the original voice actors, right? The guards there. Like I know
captain's
Picard
down.
obviously is.
Let's
Give me your stuff.
get this over. My sword for the
Power
dragon!
exchange.
My sword for the dragon!
Okay,
You
R-
all right, sire?
We're clear from Captain Reno.
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving. Keep quiet, and stay out of the way.
How could they be waiting for us here?
Don't know. but
There's
it's too
trouble
late to go
ahead.
back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
Pretty sure.
They won't be the first to underestimate the
passage over here.
blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
All right, bro. It's a rat of unusual size. Combat feels smoother. They definitely and like the original game, the sound effects and I feel like everything around combat was. You know, this game did not excel at combat. It was fine. It was really like the world, the exploration, that kind of thing that really, I think, it did well. The moment-to-moment combat could be better. Man, it looks great. Like, I understand this is Unreal 5, and, like, underneath it is the Creation Game Pro engine, whatever you want to call it. I need the key. Oh, I did. Okay. I wonder if they will do this for whatever the next Elder Scrolls game is. If they'll kind of follow the same, like, use that same archaic creation engine because they know the scripting language and they're good at writing a game in that language. But, you know, that engine has aged. Starfield looks pretty good, but Unreal Engine is a prettier engine. The problem is, though, that's a good-looking zombie. The problem is, the creation engine controls so much of the game logic. And there are things like going in and out of buildings being a loading screen. The way that they compartmentalize a lot of the zones, like the Capitol, it's like there's a loading zone into the Capitol, and then almost every building in the Capitol is its own building. You know, when you compare it to something like Avowed that just came out, I believe Avowed is Unreal, if I remember correctly, and it's basically like there are, 5 zones in the game, and when you're in that zone, you rarely see a loading screen. Like, you can explore pretty much the whole region, go in buildings. It's all one zone, and it feels like that's one area where Starfield failed pretty amazingly at, is the loading screens and just how disconnected everything feels. Like, I have not beaten Skyrim. It's the first Bethesda game since, like, Morrowind that I played, and I couldn't get to the end. And it was mostly just how disconnected everything felt. You know, you'd be on a planet, and you're like, oh, I gotta go to this other planet. So there's a loading screen to get on a bus to go to your ship, and then there's a loading screen to get into your ship, and then there's a loading screen to go into space, and then there's a loading screen to jump to the next planet, and then there's a loading screen to get to the space station, and then for whatever reason, the space station has like one room and then another a loading screen to actually proceed into the... It's just ridiculous. And I think it mostly comes down to them still using what's basically a 20-year-old engine. They've shoehorned and bootstrapped a lot of things on top of it, but it's still a 20-year-old engine, and streaming technology is probably much more advanced on an engine like Unreal than a creation engine. So I am worried if they go this route with future Elder Scrolls, it's going to have that same problem of everything being disconnected and feeling a little bit old. Yeah, I would still probably play it. Skyrim I had other problems with, that just the gameplay loop just wasn't good, and you'd land on a planet and it'd be the same cut and pasted, you know, points of interest, and just didn't really work for me. Way too much travel for way too little payoff. I guess, see, this is running better than I was expected. I read some people saying it ran poorly. Let me just quickly show you. And I'm recording at the same time while I'm playing. System, yeah, 3040 by 1440. And I'm running it uncapped at the moment with DLSS set to, what did I have it on? Balanced, I want to see. I guess I could bump that up. I'm running a 3080, so I don't have frame generation available, but I'm running DLSS balanced. Pretty much everything on high. I did turn on Lumen, though I have it on low right now, so I wonder if I bumped up, that's the ray tracing, if I bumped up the ray tracing a bit higher. But with everything on high, at least in the starting zone, it's running better than I was expecting. We'll see when I get to the overworld. That's usually in Bethesda games where performance tends to tank. Are they gonna fail me if I don't do what they want? I can't remember this tutorial. Because if I remember, I'm kind of just talking while I'm playing here, but this early section, from what I remember, is them teaching you like all the mechanics. It's teaching you lockpicking. It's teaching you sneaking, it's teaching you archery. And you can kind of do that, or you can, like, just do your own thing. Teaching you traps and avoiding traps. Combat still feels pretty basic. I'm already encumbered. Yeah. Okay, let's look at... I can sort by weight. Let's look at armor, actually. Let's put some iron stuff on. What is the heaviest bullcrap I got on me? All items, sort by weight. I got 3 of these that sell for all of 4. Drop 2 of those. Don't need bones. I do need like 10 million cheese wheels for sure. Man, it looks great. I think the thing I'm most impressed with is the lighting. I don't know if that's the lumen. I don't even have that bumped up all the way. I kind of want to. If I come in here and we turn... Where's that? Oh, it just froze up. Controls how lumen, reflection, and rays are lit, and when higher values increase fidelity at the cost of frame rate. Okay, so now we're on medium. I just want to see if it's still getting... So that'll drop me about 20 FPS. Still acceptable. I'll probably lock it to 60 if I can. The minigame is pretty much identical to how it was in the original game. Again, they're just kind of teaching you the basics. Lockpicks, potions, and if I hit E, I keep hitting, or R, I mean, I keep hitting R by mistake. There is a shortcut wheel here. So I'm assuming, like, you put your potions and stuff. I think the original game had that too, if I remember right. It introduced the wheel. I feel like, I'm taking, like, no damage. You got your block. Yeah, these models, everything looks great. I'm like I like the mud and stuff. I wish there was a toggle you could cycle back to the old graphics. Like, you know, when you think about these old games, this looks amazing. But this is how I remember the game looking. And I say this all the time, like I'll play the Resident Evil... No, not Resident Evil, the Diablo 4... The Diablo 2 remaster that came out a couple years ago. And I'm like, this looks how I remember it. But then you cycle the old graphics on and you're like, oh, no, this is not how it used to look. This is just like my memory filled in a lot of gaps when I played this as a kid. I've actually been replaying the entire Resident Evil series. If you want to check that out, I'm just finished Code Veronica, Resident Evil Remake, and Resident Evil 0, and those reviews are going up over the next couple weeks. I'm not going to use most of this garbage. Even like the water dripping down, making the stalactites, it's all very good looking. But yeah, I'm very far along in the Resident Evil series. I'm going to continue that. I may or may not take a break. I'm almost through Resident Evil 4, and then maybe I'll stop and play through Oblivion. I don't know. I guess it depends what I'm feeling like. I'm actually getting 2 wisdom teeth removed tomorrow, and I'm a little worried about recovery on that, so I'm out of work for the next 3 days. Why am I all glowy? I didn't even notice that. Did I cast something?
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those
Here they come again!
We need to get the Emperor out of here. That's not...
I hit the wrong guy.
Damn it! It's that prisoner again! Kill him! He might be working with the assassins.
No, come with us.
Okay. I think I interrupted him when he was about to say something. I should just stop picking up these things. Oh, maybe I should become a Dark Brother. Kind of like that look, actually. That looks cool. Except your head is... Yeah, that's not great. But it is what it is. I feel like the interface is always kind of clunky in Elder Scroll games, too. Why is the short sword heavier than the long sword? You'd think that would be the opposite. That's probably how it was in the original, too. I don't need a rusty dagger. Is that the damage amount? Damage. Oh, but did they have durability? They did in this game, didn't they? Get some gold for that. Should just drop anything that's not worth much.
He can help us. He must help us. I
As you
cannot
wish, sire.
understand why I trust you. How can I listen? You know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand. I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless stars. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Oh yeah, he'll like ask you a couple of questions and it impacts like how you proceed, basically. You can poison others, though it comes at a cost, damaging their own fatigue. You get a serpent spell, deal 3 points of damage for 20 seconds, also cures poison to spells 90 points. Okay. I can't remember what I went through with back in the day. Lover's Kiss, paralyze the target for 10 seconds. Willpower and endurance. Increase armor rating by 15, increase magic. Opens locks of average that can be used once per day, so you get like a free lockpick once per day. Increase magicka by 150, 50% chance of absorbing a spell cast. Oh, so you get extra mana and you absorb 50% chance of absorbing a spell, but you don't regenerate any mana, so that's like a good and a bad. Force the undead to flee. Grants invisibility for 60 seconds, can only be used once per day. Increases magic by 100%, increases susceptibility to magic by 100%. So you get a bunch of extra magic points, but you also are more susceptible to magic. Increases movement speed. Like if I want to go with a caster, this one or this one would be fun. And I don't remember really having a big trouble with magic attacks coming at me. Agility, luck, and speed. Increase magic up by 50, so just a straight, and there's no negative. And then endurance and strength if you just want to be the warrior. It's a hard one. I haven't thought about what kind of character I want to make yet. I'm probably just going to make a new character, like, when I start this for real, but, endurance and strength, or you can get agility, luck, and fortify. I don't even remember what all the stats do. It's been so long. We're gonna go with the thief. It's kind of an all-arounder, I think. It does, I think, give you one more chance to change
the end
this.
of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Your stars are not mine. Today the thief shall guide your... My dreams grant me no opinions of success, but in your face, with such hope, and with the promise... No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but in this. I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
I wonder if those are the original recordings or if they re-recorded.
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
It sounds
you may
pretty
as well
good.
Make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close. We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job, although I admit, my job is to make sure the stick close and let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
Kind of forgot how long this tutorial is. Yeah.
Take them down!
Oh, I thought he was gonna attack me.
Help!
Mara's mercy on you.
Protect the Emperor!
They're all fighting for their lives, and I'm stealing potions. Right, remember, these guys are like a big problem for much of the game.
The Emperor's in danger! Watch your back, Boris.
It's a cool effect when they die.
This one's mine!
Prisoner, help the Emperor!
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
The kind of barks they have when they see an enemy, a little repetitive. You hear like the same one even within like 30 seconds, within 10 seconds.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
I kind of hope they do the same thing to Morrowind, and even maybe like
Clear. Come on. We're almost through
Skyrim.
the sewers.
Like Skyrim is what, 12, 13 years old? It's actually not that much older than, you know, this game came out in 06. Skyrim came out in 11/11/11. So they're not that much
Damn
different
it! The gate is barred
in
from the
era.
other side. A trap!
If they
What
could
about that side passage
make
back there?
Skyrim look this good. Though with
Worth a
mods, you
try.
can make Skyrim look
Let's
pretty
go.
awesome. But Morrowind, I think, is ripe for a remaster of this caliber. And I would even be okay with them modernizing, you know, a few things. Combat could be
It's a dead
improved.
end. What's your call?
You know, add some quest
They're behind
markers.
us. Wait here, sire.
I don't need
Wait
necessarily...
here with the Emperor. Guard
like-
him with your life.
Take them!
They don't have to simplify it as much as Skyrim,
Do your worst.
but
Die!
Morrowind is a lot more archaic. Is he attacking me?
That the best you can do? Show me what you've got.
Like, I remember playing Skyrim or trying to. Since I'm about to die, but my health is still like...
The Emperor. Protect him with your life.
Die!
I don't even remember the key to drink a potion. Let's just bounce in here. I think I have to put on my bar, actually.
Die, cur!
If you want to help, get back and protect the Emperor.
Oh yeah, I think I'm supposed to be back here.
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
The part.
Stranger, you chose a bad day to take up the cause of the Septums.
You got anything cool? Sackcloth candle.
No. Talos, save us.
Is there anything I can steal from them?
We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the amulet of... Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The amulet of kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that... The amulet has power. Oh, he must have given it to you. Joffrey? He said that? Why? Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my... Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory.
That's Sean Bean, if I remember right, who plays them, and he turns out to be the heir.
Get out of here. Through
Spoilers.
That door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial... Here. There are...
Can I, like, save my game right here, so if I want to make changes? Doesn't seem like it lets me. This is where you can... So you select a class or create a custom. And then it, like, gives you suggested specializations. Let's do a custom class. Combat, magic, stealth. I kind of have a mix of things. I should probably redo this later when I've actually thought more about it. But alright, so, and I know they've changed some of this. Leveling in the original game was a mess. All 7 of skills of your specialization receive an additional +5 level bonus. Favored, receive an additional +5. Major skills receive an additional +20 and increase much more rapidly. And in the old game, it was like, you didn't want certain skills in the major category because they would level you too quickly, and because there was auto-leveling in the world, like the enemies would level too quickly. How do I... So like if I was going to be a melee, I would do strength and endurance probably. If I was doing a caster, you know, maybe intelligence. Just go with that for now. So you're picking major skills receive an additional +20 and increase more rapidly. So like I remember you could do like athletics, and literally just running across the game world would level athletics. And you didn't want to have major skills because only major skills would impact you actually like overall leveling, not the individual skill level, but your like character level. Let's see, it's a blade. Oh, I can only pick from... Okay, I can pick any. I was gonna say, can I only get the combat ones? I like blades. Probably block. Probably heavy armor. Because I'm thinking like a melee guy, but also I like some magic, you know. Speechcraft is nice. Leveling that faster also, like, gives you a lot of options. Better deals. I never tried the bow, and I remember it was kind of bad in this game. I wonder if they've improved it. I'm thinking melee with some casting, so like some restoration to heal myself, but also I want some kind of, like, that was fire if I remember right. Elemental damage and weaken. And you could summon creatures. Maybe armor, so I can maintain weapons and armor. Isn't that also for crafting? I think. So I got armor, blade, block. So some offensive magic, heavy armor, healing, and then speechcraft. That seems like a decent start.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble. You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed. Good. I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body. And make... By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it...
He took my sword. Can I?
You need to get out. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Felicia. His Emperor just died, and that's what he sounds like. I want to save game. I'm not sure how the save system works here, but I'm gonna get that sword back, bro. Stop looking at me. He sees me. Oh, he doesn't even have it on him. We're cool, we're cool. Oh, my sneak just increased. I am the sneak king. Is this the way out? I could have taken his potions and stuff. I forgot how lengthy this tutorial is. I might not even get through the tutorial in the first hour. I should probably equip a weapon. I like dropped all the other weapons I had found. Wait, I had a bow on me, didn't I? I don't think I dropped the bow, did I? Yeah, I did. It still feel like, I remember reading that they were gonna like Dark Souls the combat a bit here and make like blocking and stuff more important. It still just feels like a hack and slash, like you know, the original game. It didn't give you a lot of like combat abilities other than spells. You know, you didn't have, you could like hold down and do like a power attack, but it's not like you're doing like whirlwind and crazy attacks. Oh man, the lighting on that looks spectacular. I think this is where we go outside. Oh, I should save. Can I? I should create a... Oh, I guess I could always just load up that last manual save I made. Oh, wait, no. Oh, did I just... It, like, redid my... That's not how I looked, was it? I'm still all glowy. Here's what I want to do. Yes. We're gonna, like, save right before I hit that last exit. So if I want to come back and change anything, I have, like, you know, an easy option there. Punch you. The unarmed combat actually doesn't look too bad there. Was it this gate or the next gate? I have like the memory of a goldfish. Okay, it was the pretty fancy gate. So if I save here, in theory, if I want to come back and change everything, I can't. Can I? Wait, can you not name your saves anymore? You can't. Okay, but if I see that picture, I know that's the one I can load up. And if I wanted to, I could change everything, but we're not going to. I've spent enough time looking at menus. I want to actually look at the outside world. See my FPS tank immediately. And this is like one of those classic Bethesda moments where you're in the sewers, it's dark and dank, and then your character reaches the overworld and you see the capital in the distance. And like, this is one of the peak favorite moments I have for Bethesda games. Like Fallout has replicated the same thing in a couple of the games. Skyrim to a lesser extent, because that one you already start outside. but like the first moment when you step out of the sewer and you're like, oh, okay, so this is like a big giant world. That's cool. Does it look like my weapon is like reflecting on the water out there? It's kind of a weird. And my FPS dropped to 45-ish here. Went from like 80 inside. Oh, man, that water looks great. And the rain on the water. Beautiful. It is a good looking game. I'm probably gonna play around with settings. Let's see. I might drop that lumen down. I already got that balanced. I'll just leave it there. Getting about 50. That's playable. I'll probably tweak the settings. I'd like to get a solid 60. And the grass and stuff blowing. I wish it was daytime. It just suddenly went to nighttime. So I want to see how like the reflections and how the shadows and everything look. Let's see. Map. Oh man, I still have the physical copy of this that came with the map of Cyrodiil. I should definitely pull that out. So you're like just outside the capital, but it wants you to go to Queen and Priory, which maybe we can get to if I'm quick. I think there's a fight there if I remember. I just remember like wandering around a lot in this game. This one's a little bit smaller than Skyrim, I feel like. Not necessarily in a bad way. Like sometimes games can be too big for their own good. I kind of don't want to stop playing, but I have to get up early for my wisdom tooth removal tomorrow, and I don't want to be any grumpier than I already will be. Doesn't the capital from the outside look tiny? I guess that's just that little structure, but this heavy armor is weighing me down. I mean, the lightning in the distance. Let's see how the third person... Like, there are things Bethesda does really well, and there are things that they don't. And I think third person and the animations are something that they've never done great. Ooh, there's a little bit of... I'm not sure if you'll see that in the video, but I've got the LSS on. And there's like a shadow when I cycle the camera like that. I can see like my hood. It's not great. That's one of the... wonder if it's an older version of DLSS. But animations actually look pretty clean here. Like, it looks way better than Skyrim at release. Of course, that was almost 15 years ago. It's crazy to me that we're getting Oblivion Remaster, and like Skyrim is only, what, 5 years beyond that. Ninroot. Don't you need to get like a bunch of those for one of the quests? I remember trying to track all that down. Even the combat doesn't feel bad. Oh, that kind of effect I was seeing is actually the DLSS like blur. I might need to mess with the setting. I think because of the low FPS, the DLSS is kind of getting funky. I should put on some lighter armor. Or take this off. Oh yeah, I'm just like a shirtless Aragonian running around now. Do Aragonians have nipples? Oh! Fuck. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me? Actually, Aragonians don't. He looks pretty terrifying with the hood on and no shirt, right? And this the sheath just attached to his pants. I'm the kind of player in these games who will just, like, steal everything that's not tied down. And then I'll rob a shop of, like, everything I can. And then I'll go to the shopkeeper and sell him his stuff back. And then I'll pickpocket him, like... Depending on how I'm feeling tomorrow, like getting those wisdom teeth out in the morning, maybe I'll play more. I may just be incapacitated and in bed. I want to see if I can play this on the Steam Deck also. This is the Game Pass version, and it's always kind of funky getting Steam Pass game working on the Steam Deck. Like, I might try to stream it from my PC. Oh. I don't remember that in the original. Maybe that was there, but... So it gave me... I think it cast a spell, which gave me... These are temporary weapons, I think. Bound dagger. Yeah. I think those go away after a time limit. Yeah, in the bottom left you can see. Probably be ending this shortly. It's going the right way. Just like swim across, I suppose. I'm not sure if I'm taking the intended path. I do remember fairly early on, there's like a... I think it's when you get there, there's like a big fight with some goblin-looking freaks. And the place is all burnt down. Maybe that's later in the game. My memory on this game is pretty hazy, to be generous to myself. My memory lately has been terrible. Like, I've been playing those Resident Evil games, like I mentioned, and so frequently I'm like, I played this game. I have, like that Gandalf moment where like, I have no memory of this. It's just blank. Let's see what the water looks like. And again, I wish I had a toggle, so you could just go from... You know, I should just, like, rest. I want the sun to come back out, damn it.
I am busy, so if you will You know, stranger, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to admit that he's lost the fight. Well, I fought. Who did I lose to? Who is my great enemy? Go on and... Wait. Help? Oh, well then. I'm a fisherman. Or at least I was. Till one of those slaughterfish damn near took my leg off. I was collecting their scales, see? I had a contract with this young alchemist. Then, last month, one of the bastards got a hold of my leg. Took me right out of the business. The alchemist was paying, but now I help an old...
I don't remember if all of that was from the original. I think it was. But, like, one thing that Oblivion was kind of amazing, like, one of the aspects is, like, the level of voice acting. Like, almost the entire game is fully voice acted. Even though there's only, like, you know, a handful of voice actors. The fact that you could walk up to any character and they would talk with you was pretty amazing. And Morrowind before that, I think it had some limited voice acting, but like 99% of the story elements were not voice acted. So, Oblivion, I think, when it came out, I got it for PC, I remember buying it day one. Still got the box on my shelf. And I do remember just being amazed, you know, the scale of the world, and the graphics, and the voice acting. And today you look at it and it's kind of quaint. You know, some of those character models are just beyond ugly. But at the time, I looked past that. I didn't, you know, it didn't bother me. It was more just this big, beautiful world to explore. And that's one thing I hope they don't lose, is that Oblivion was a very bright and colorful game. And I know I've mostly been playing this like at night in this rainy kind of setting, but I hope it doesn't lose that kind of bright colorfulness. Right now it's kind of looking a little dreary, but again, it's probably the time of day. Let me up. I'm sure there's a quest or something that comes into play here. I'm definitely feeling this. It's like a level of nostalgia, even though it's a remaster and the graphics are all completely new. It's hitting that like classic Bethesda like nostalgia factor. Running around picking up every flower and plant. And again, performance isn't bad here. 50. I'll probably adjust the settings a little bit. And I'm running a 3080, which is going on 5 years old at this point. And this is also while recording.
That's the best you can do?
I wonder if I put the fur gauntlets on, if they'll cover his hands. I gotta look. They kinda do. That's funny. I kinda just want to get to this first quest marker. I should be jumping over. Wasn't that the thing in the original? Or was that Morrowind? I can't. I think in this game you could do the same thing where you would just literally jump, 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 jump. Yeah, your acrobatics just increased to 11. And then that, if I remember right, increases your endurance, or is that only at the level up? It's also vague to me. I do remember if you'd pick athleticism as a main back in the day, it was very problematic because you'd level up too quickly. But because the enemies were leveling with you, when you leveled up, you'd be like leveling up athleticism and not, you know, like melee, blades, you know, magic, the stuff you actually needed to take on the enemies, and they would end up outclassing you very quickly. I should have grabbed a fast travel point at the, Okay, so I could just fast travel back there. We're almost there, and we're pretty close to the hour mark here. I really just wanted to show off, like, first hour of gameplay. My initial impressions. If I do end up completing this, I'll do a full review. I've been doing a lot more reviews lately. I feel like I don't like the quick looks as much as actually beating a game and then just giving my kind of long form, written out thoughts on the game. But when something like this drops, I kind of have to jump in and give my initial impressions. These flowers. Stopping and smelling the roses. I don't remember when I played this originally if I kind of beelined it for the first quest marker. I think I actually went to the capital and was like exploring, and then it was like it kept trying to push me like, no, you gotta go over there, bro. There's a lot fewer, like, I know there's little outposts and stuff all over the place, but like main cities, Forgot how few there were in this game. I can't jump over the thing. And the lightning in the distance. Man, it just looks great. And they call this a remaster. I'm of the opinion they should be calling this a remake. Like, I know the base game is still under there, but they've redone like every asset in the game. You know, they've changed up the leveling and the gameplay to some extent. It's very generous of them not to claim this as a remake. Hey, did it come way outside?
Can I help you? He's upstairs.
Oh, you don't self-shadow in the rays from outside. Save real quick. I'm getting tired too.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
That's who I thought it was.
Emperor Uriel? Do you know something about his death?
How do you know about his death? I literally just ran here from the prison.
You'd better explain. You brought me the Amulet of Kings? This cannot be. Let me see it. By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings.
He looks so surprised.
Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death? As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings. The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world. The Emperor's words, close shut the jaws of a... But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is... I'm not sure. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia has... When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fire. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon... It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the emperor was aware. I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. Now it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne. His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems like... And please, let me know if there's anything you need.
What kind of assistance can you get?
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply.
I'm gonna steal everything that's not bolted down before long anyways, but might as well get what I can. Oh yeah, he gives me a lot of stuff. I don't think I can carry all this. I could go for iron, I could go for leather, some potions, some arrows, a bow, lots of stuff. I'm gonna be over encumbered a bit. Yep, now I'm over encumbered. I could at least look cool though. With that helmet on, he looks badass, right? Right? Shield. Claymore. We'll do the longsword. Can I didn't even look at my magic yet. Oh, I got heal minor wounds. I should definitely... How do I... Shortcuts are. So 1... What does that do? No, 1, I want that. Do that. Yes, give me all the stuff. Cool touch. I don't even know what all these do yet. Flare? Okay. This is where you can, like, make your own spells later, where you can, like, infinite range, length of time, cost, like, you can make some overpowered stuff with the spells. Restore health, clairvoyance, restore health. Yeah, just lots of cool stuff. But I think I'm going to be ending it here momentarily. Which I gotta try. I need to go sell some shit. Okay, now we're under. For some reason, I thought you met Martin first. That's who I thought Joffrey was. I'm gonna come in here later and just rob you guys blind. That's what I do in these games.
Welcome, good citizen. Here, perhaps you will find you go into danger. Be seeing you.
Hey, give me a book. Didn't the books teach you stuff? Is that in this one, or is that... Yeah, that increased my block. Is it daytime out? That's what I really want to see. I'm still level 1. Leveling... not living. Loading is... It's still rainy. What is this, Seattle? The loading time going in and out of buildings is kind of gonna be a problem. It takes forever, it feels like. And with how often some of those smaller buildings, like in the capital city, you gotta go in and out, I could see that being tiresome. I kind of wanted to sleep until the rain stops. Except now it's already... And one thing that's changed, if I remember right, in the old one, like, you would get attacked, aren't I? Good for you. Haha! Blue suede shoes. Frenzy time. I'm over. God dang it. You know what? I think when I played this years ago, eventually I just got tired of encumbrance and I just like set my endurance or my... You could like go into the... See if I hit tilde. Yeah, you could just like type in like, give me... Yeah, they still give you that access. I think it's kind of an archaic system and I don't know, it's just kind of annoying at times. I want to see the sun. Before, I think it would show you like the hours slowly ticking like behind you. It is still... It's still raining. What the heck? Okay. But it's still like very overcast. I feel like in the original game, you definitely, when you first got out, it was like this bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, there was weather, but I want to see the prettiness. Let's wait one more hour. Yeah, it's still kind of overcast. Maybe it's the season I'm in, but I seem to remember when the game started out, it was just like this bright, like blinding light. So I guess I'll give my final thoughts of my initial session here. I'm kind of impressed. I mean, graphically it looks amazing. It seems like they've modernized a few things. Performance, it's okay. I'm getting sub 60. I think I could adjust some settings and probably get 60 and have a reasonable like level of graphics quality here. Everything else, music, sound effects, voice acting, all seems great so far. Gameplay and combat, I think, are probably skewing closer to the original with a few minor improvements. Yeah, if you liked Oblivion, or if you were too young, you know, this is a 20-year-old game almost. I'm an old fart. If you missed this game long ago, this is a really, seems like a good way to get introduced to it. So if you played Skyrim and you loved it, and you like, oh, I wanted to check out some of the earlier games, this seems like a really accessible way to do that. You know, if you try to play the original version or Morrowind, and you're not used to those kind of games, you're probably going to have some problems. But this seems like a good entry point if you want to dive deeper into Bethesda's older games and have like a reasonable amount of modern graphics and quality of life stuff. But I think I'm going to end the video there. I am probably going to check this more out, and if I see anything cool, or if I beat the game, I will do another video and perhaps a whole review. But I do want to thank you for watching, everybody, and just have a great night.